Hey Frugal Friends, it's Trisha again coming to you today from Hong Kong. I am going to be talking to you today about how I save money on flights, how I get cheap flights, how I get free flights. I have nine, count them, 9 ideas, 9 ways that we save money. So the number one way, the only way really that I get free flights is to sign up for credit card bonuses. I have been playing the credit card game with flights for about 10 years now. I think I started right before we moved to Hong Kong, so it's been right around 10 years. And in that time frame, we have gotten 8 round-trip free flights from Hong Kong to the U.S. 2 of those have been business class, one of them has been premium economy, so some really good deals on that. I've also gotten 2 one-way tickets for free. We have received countless domestic flights within the U.S. since that time, at least 12 to 15 shorter flights. So that is the number one way that I get free flights. It's really hard to earn enough points with any airline to get those flights, so the way to get it is sign up bonuses. So basically, I will not sign up for a credit card unless they're having a sign-on bonus of at least 50,000 points, and I try to wait until they have 75,000 or 100,000, which is more rare, but it does happen. So if you bide your time, you can find those. So now your question to me is going to be, well, which airline has the best credit card? And I cannot answer that question for you because, first of all, it's constantly changing. So there are 2 sites, and everything I talk about today I'm going to link in the description below. But there are 2 different sites, Million Mile Points and the Points Guy. And they are always updating what the best deals are on co-branded credit cards for both flights and for hotels. So if you want to know at any given time, you can just go on those sites and check, and they will tell you what the best sign-on bonuses are at that time. I have had sign-on bonuses with United Airlines, with American Airlines, with Delta Airlines, with Southwest Airlines, and all of those I get in my name, and then I get a credit card in my husband's name if it's a really good sign-on bonus. Yes, you do have to usually have a pretty high minimum spend, which is a little tricky, and I understand that. But I will also put a link below to a blog post about ways that you can get that minimum spend. So I am not advocating for you to go in credit card debt. If you cannot pay your credit cards off every month, do not play the credit card game. Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay.
Don't do it.
Don't do that. But definitely, if you can pay those off every month, it is an awesome deal, and it has been so worth it to us to sign up for those points. So the other thing that I say right below that is don't be loyal to one airline. Unless you're a person who, flies for your job and you are earning, thousands and thousands of miles every week, then it is not worth it to be loyal to one airline. We always just go with whoever's cheaper or whoever I have points with. So how do I find which flight is the cheapest? So if I don't have points and I need to go somewhere, the 2 places that I check first are Google Flights and Skyscanner. Google Flights and Skyscanner. Again, I will link below. Now, the thing you need to remember about these 2 sites are they are search engines. These are not OTAs or online travel agencies. So you cannot actually book your flight on these sites, but they will tell you which flights are the cheapest. So I go on and I look, let's say I'm flying from Hong Kong to LA and I want to find the cheapest flight. I go on and I check on Google Flights first, see which airline is listed as the cheapest. Then I go on Skyscanner, I do the same thing. In my experience, Skyscanner has more flights than Google Flights. I know that Southwest Airlines and some Asia-based airlines like Air China are not listed on Google Flights. And once I find out what that cheapest flight is, then I will go directly to that airline's page. So let's say I'm looking and I see that there is a flight on Korean Air that's listed for the date that I want. But let's say that cheap flight, maybe it's leaving at a crazy hour, like 2 in the morning, and it gives me a 30-hour flight pattern with lots of layovers, or an overnight in an airport somewhere, and I don't really want to do that. So 2 reasons that I will sometimes those sites, like Skyscanner, will direct you directly to the airline. Sometimes they will direct you to a third party or an OTA, an online travel agency. Do not, my opinion here, but do not book with a third party site.
Don't do it.
I have gotten stung with that. Sometimes it can be really, really hard to get your money back, so I do not advocate that. I say go directly to that airline's page. So I would go to Korean Air at that point and see, because a lot of times they have other flights leaving the same day that are a much better schedule for me personally, and then I don't have to pay, or I don't have to get up at that crazy hour in the morning, and maybe I can get something, and it might even cost a little bit more, like it might be $25 more, but it would be worth it to me to save 12 hours of airtime and get to where I need to go quicker. The thing that you do need to know is, how do you find the flights that aren't listed on Skyscanner or on Google Flights? I'm going to tell you how. There is a site, if you just go to Wiki, and I will link it below, there's a Wiki link of low-cost airlines by region. So you need to know, wherever you are flying, what those low-cost airlines are and how they can help you. As an example, Allegiant Air flies out of Bangor, Maine. They have a flight that goes directly to Florida, direct flight. Normally, if you can get on that flight on they only fly on certain days, but you can get that flight for, I think it's still like $75 round trip, which is crazy cheap, okay? Crazy cheap. No other airlines even come close to Allegiant, and yet often Allegiant won't be listed when you're searching. So you need to know what the low-cost airlines are in your area. Does Southwest fly by you? Does Allegiant fly by you? Does Spirit fly near you? So number 5 is what is called mistake flights, and that is exactly what it sounds like. So sometimes airlines accidentally publish a price that they didn't mean to publish. Let's say the flight was $988 and they accidentally published it as $98. Once that flight is out there, if consumers see that and book it, generally the airline will honor that price. Not like 99% of the time they will honor it until it gets caught and taken down. So how do you find those flights? There are 2 sites, Scott's Cheap Flights and Secret Flying, that both publish these mistake fares. On Scott's Cheap Flights, they have 2 different ways that you can sign up. You can sign up for the free service, or you can pay, I think it's like $39 a year. It's pretty cheap. And you get in your inbox flights that are really, really good deals. So you can also sign up specifically, let's say you're wanting to fly from New York City to London, and you would like to know when a mistake fare is published for that. You can sign up specifically for that, and they will let you know if one of those comes available. So this would be for somebody who, maybe you work from home and you can fly whenever you want, or you're retired or whatever. But I just wanted you to know about them. Another site that's interesting is called Skiplagged. Skiplagged, link below. So it's easier for me to explain to you what Skiplagged is by an example. So 2 years ago, we were flying home for Christmas, and we were flying from Hong Kong to Detroit to visit my in-laws. So I looked up, of course, Hong Kong to Detroit. I found out there was a United flight going. So 2 flights. The initial flight went directly from Hong Kong to Chicago, and then there was a connector flight from Chicago to Detroit. And I'm going to make up numbers here because I don't remember exactly what they were, but let's say that total cost was $900. Then I thought, well, sometimes the bigger hub cities, they have cheaper deals going on, so I looked up Hong Kong to Chicago. Guys, same exact flight from Hong Kong, same United flight from Hong Kong to Chicago and then to Detroit, and to Hong Kong to Chicago was actually more money than the Hong Kong to Detroit flight. So what Skiplagged would do is, if you signed up for them and you said you wanted to fly from Hong Kong to Chicago, they would say, oh hey, by the way, if you book this flight from Hong Kong to Detroit and you just get off in Chicago and don't finish the flight, it's going to be cheaper for you than if you actually book Hong Kong to Chicago. Does that make sense? Okay, it really doesn't make sense, because how do airlines do that? How do they add a whole other flight and it costs less? I don't know the algorithms that do that, but it happens a lot. Is it legal? Yes. Can it be tricky? Yes. My daughter has used this site. She actually used it one time when she was flying East Coast. I think it was to Phoenix, and worked out something with them. But one thing you have to know is you cannot put checked baggage in, because your checked baggage will go to the destination, the final destination, and that's not where you're getting off. So you can only go with carry-on bag. So just be aware of that. Skip Lagged was actually sued by United Airlines, and United Airlines lost. So yes, they are legit. Another kind of fun site for number 7 is a site called Fly Me. The way Fly Me Anywhere works, and I have used this site personally 3 different times, is if you just want to get away. Let's say you live in New York City and you are tired of the snow, you want to get away, you don't really care where, you just want to go somewhere cheap. So you go to Fly Me Anywhere and you put in the city that you're flying from, New York City, and you put in the date that you want to fly. And Fly Me Anywhere will tell you the cheapest flights that are going out on that day. So, for instance, like we flew to Kota Kinabalu, Borneo from Hong Kong. We flew to Cebu, Philippines, and we flew, I think it was to Malaysia. There was one more time when we used it, and those flights were like really, really cheap. I think, they were less than $100 round trip. So it's a really good deal if you just want to get away and you just have a short amount of time to do it. This next site, you're going to be like, are you doing illegal things? No.
Are you doing something illegal?
No, I can tell you the site is legit. It's called Air Mule. Yeah, Air Mule. Yeah, I know, Air Mule. Right? Sounds sketchy. Totally sketchy. But anyway, Air Mule, which if you go to their site right now, it's going to tell you that it is currently not up and running because of COVID, but they hope to be back soon. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what it's about. So the way Air Mule works is you go on and you say, I'm flying from Los Angeles to Beijing tomorrow. And what Air Mule does is it connects you with a company that says, oh, well, I have some products that I need to ship from LA to Beijing tomorrow. Will you take them for me? And I will pay you for it. They pay you like $200 to $300 per bag. So again, you have to give up your bags to do this, as in you can't put a checked bag through. You would have to be able to just fly with the carry-on and have everything you need in there. But it is a good way to get a lot of help paying for your flight. And then number 9 is I think my best tip for flying free if you live within the U.S. And this is Southwest Airlines Companion Pass. Guys, I cannot tell you, I think this is the best airline hack or deal ever.
Best deal.
First of all, I love Southwest Airlines. We fly them a lot within the U.S. They have great prices. They let you change or cancel your flights right up until 24 hours before the flight, which is fantastic. Nobody does that anymore without a fee. They let you fly 2 bags for free, again, which is unheard of. So they're just, we think, a great airline to begin with. And then they also have this companion pass, which you earn by getting enough points with them. We have had the pass one time, and then the really nice thing about it is whenever you earn it, let's say you earn it in March of 2021, you get to keep it for that year and the whole next year. So if you earned it for March of 2021, it would be good until December of 2022. What do you get with a companion pass? You get to take one person with you free on every single flight. So this isn't a one-time pass.
Best deal ever.
You keep using this for the whole 2 years. And getting even better, even if you book your flight with points, you can take the other person for free and you only pay the tax, which within the US is only like $5. Kid you not. The flights to Cancun, Mexico, they go to Puerto Rico, they go to Jamaica, they go to the Cayman Islands. Just they're adding stuff all the time. I don't know how much is going right now because of COVID, but they do have these flights available. And right now, I will put the link below. They are offering a sign-on deal. If you get their credit card, their Chase credit card right now, they give you 60,000 points and a companion pass that's good until February of 2022, so almost a full year. if you don't sign up for any other credit card this year, I'm telling you to sign up for this one. This is not an affiliate link. I don't get anything out of this. I'm just telling you because I think it's a great deal.
Best deal ever.
I just signed up in my husband's name and got it, so I'm really excited about that. We will have it when we get back to the U.S. So as an example, 60,000 points. I just checked right before I came down to film this. You can fly from Boston to Cancun, Mexico for 10,000 points, and your companion will fly free with you. So you could technically, it was like a little over 10,000, like 10,014. So you could get 5 flights to Mexico for free with the points, plus have someone fly with you. So just an awesome deal, and I hope that you can take advantage of it. It does have a really high spend cap that you have to spend, and I will again add that link below for ideas on ways that you can get that spend in there. So guys, I really hope that you learned something new today. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful to you, if you learned anything new, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, make a comment, share the video, whatever you want to do. I just am really hoping that it helps you guys out a lot. And I will see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.